All right, let's do something different. I'm going to give away this fully custom printed Lego minifigure. This is a Japanese soldier. All you have to do to win this minifigure, like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll be picking a winner in next week's episode. All right, guys, we are back with episode 33 of building Hacksaw Ridge in Lego, and today we're going to work on a couple things. We're actually going to be talking about minifigures in this week's episode. Long story short, I did not get my bricks yet to finish the mountain. So I figure let's switch these two episodes. I told you guys last week that this week I'd work on the mountain and next week I'd do minifigures. We're switching those. So we're going to do minifigures this week, and then hopefully I should have those parts by next week and we can finish off the mountain. So a couple things before we get into minifigures. I didn't get these 2x4s that I need to finish the rest of this, but I did get these 1x2 bricks. So once we get those 2x4s, it'll make building this and adding more detail a lot nicer. I also added, I bought some more 1x2 slopes, which are those slopes right there. I also ordered some more cheese slopes, which are those little slopes you can see all over the place, like they're covering up those studs. So I ordered more of those, and then a couple other dark bluish gray parts. So those are on the way. Those should be here next week. I don't know why they didn't make it here by now, but it's Saturday and I just checked the P.O. box, so they're not here. But anyways, we move on. So I've got these. One thing I am going to work on, though, is I'm going to take these tan 1x2s, and since we have most of this groundwork done, I'm going to go ahead and detail up until this point, basically. I left this blank because I didn't know what kind of detailing I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in and just finish that off, and then I can put these parts away because I don't think I'll need these until we get this connected. And then we have to do, obviously there's some blank spots right here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to switch gears and we're going to talk about minifigures. So I'm probably going to, let me go do this first and then I'll come back and we can talk about minifigures. All right, so we've got all of the tan detailing done all the way up to the edge of the mountain here. I think it looks really, really good. Obviously, we will be adding different colors, you know, some dark tans, some browns maybe, to add more realistic, you know, tones to this beach, you know, kind of matching the dark tan wet sand over here. But that looks pretty good for right now. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to switch gears. I'm going to set up the camera and we're going to talk about minifigures a little bit. Or I could just kind of free spitball right now. I don't know. So I guess I'm just going to ramble for a little second here, a hot second, if you will. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take some of these minifigures here. Let's go ahead and set them over here. So we've got a couple options. Now, we obviously are going to need quite a few minifigures. We're going to need some Japanese and we're going to need some U.S. Army, not Marines. I always get this confused. So it's Army. And so we've got these Japanese. Now, some of these are pretty old, and I'll talk about these here in a second. So basically what we have here, we got 4 different versions of figures for the time being. This is obviously a fighter pilot or a kamikaze figure. This one is for sale right now. You guys can buy this. This won't really be used in the mock because we're not going to have any planes of any kind. Maybe we could use it as a cool Easter egg, but for right now, that's not really going to be used. This is one of my older designs for a Japanese figure. This was used in like the Battle of Peleliu. Now, I could bring this design back. It's a great design. I just rather do something fresh and new. And this is the same design over here, just printed on dark tan for more of an officer type look. This is an experimental Japanese camo. Let's see if I can zoom in any closer with these guys. This is an experimental Japanese camo. And this one's cool because it's a full camo wrap. But I mean, I guess I'm trying to think out loud. I've got these available. These are more expensive for you guys to buy, obviously, because they're fully printed, but they're pretty cool. So I'm trying to debate on, should I go, like if we go into my inventory closet here, I've got this guy, and then I've got this guy. So these are my new Japanese figures, or newer. So you can see the design there, and it's front and back printing, and I think I sell these for $12 or $14. So it's pretty cheap for a full figure with a helmet. Now, I sell the helmets individually for $1. I sell Arisaka rifles for $1. Now, I'm thinking, what if I did a bunch of just printed torsos? I also sell just the torso for, I think, $6. So this way, you guys could buy the torso. You guys could buy, I also make just like standard legs that just have generic boots on them. like this. I could do these in tan. I think I have some in tan. Maybe they're out of stock. But my whole point in having this conversation is, obviously we need a lot of figures, and obviously, like I always do with my mocks here, is I want to sell figures afterwards for you guys. Now the question is, would you guys rather pay like $16 for a fully decked out figure, or would you rather have the option to build your own figure? Let's say you already have the head and you already have the legs, you just need the torso and maybe like the helmet and the weapon. So it kind of comes down to that. I'm wondering if I should do a lineup of different torsos for Japanese and American. And for the American, you know, this is once again, this is an old concept I have of a flamethrower guy. I could do like generic infantry, which would be like M1 Grand pouches, like maybe some Thompson submachine gun pouches, maybe like a gunner with like an ammo belt around his neck. I could do like an officer with like a holster for a 1911. You know, you could do a couple things like that. And then maybe for the Japanese, I could do obviously like the Arasaka pouches. I could do like a Type 99 type pouch, maybe like a mortar pouch. So, and I could also do a similar machine gunner. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about all of this. I'm trying to think. You can't do polls on YouTube anymore. I'm really going to have to read through the comments. So really make sure you guys leave me some feedback as far as, do you guys want me to do full figures or torsos? I could do both. I could maybe do, because I have this guy, and then I obviously have Desmond Doss, which is going to be like our main character in this mock, and I do sell him already. But I'm wondering for like the generic like infantry and figures, like do we want to do full figures like this guy here, or do we want to do like more of a torso army builder style figure? So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say in the comments. I'm kind of torn. I like the idea of doing a inexpensive figure that we could do a lot of, and then you guys could really build your army. But I know some of you guys really like the full wrap printing. So it's kind of a, you know, it could be 50-50. So I'm going to kind of leave it to you guys in the comments. So drop a comment. Would you guys rather have fully printed figures, or would you guys rather have, you know, torsos and heads and then like printed helmets and weapons that you could buy separately and you could build your own? So curious to see what you guys have to say. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram with any other ideas, or comment down below. As far as if you guys have any minifigure ideas, these are some other of the, whatchamacallit, older designs, but these are printed in dark tan or on dark tan. So, you know, then we obviously have like the brick built machine guns and stuff like that. So I'm trying to think through, you know, what we're going to do for that. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of dead soldiers too. So there's a couple different angles we got to think about. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I know this was a total ramble, but let's go ahead and cut to the giveaway winners, and then let's do a couple more things on the mock. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pick the winner from last week's episode. Let's see how many views and likes do we have. We have 432 likes and 207 comments. Guys, make sure if you like the video, drop a comment down below, because you'll be entered to win the giveaway that I do every week. So let's go ahead down here and pick a comment. Let's see here. I saw one up here. I just briefly let's go ahead and do Eddie Onyx Plays. Love it so far. It's great. Can't wait to see the final product. Well done. You are the winner. So let me zoom in there. So you're the winner, Eddie Onyx. So go ahead and shoot me an email through my website, BrickTactical.com, with a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube channel, and then your full name and full address, and I can get that M2 machine gun out to you. One other little thing I found while I was ordering parts and then organizing some of my old parts is I found this little boat. I believe it's from an Indiana Jones set. I don't know if it would be accurate at all to have like a little boat carrying like a couple soldiers. It might be kind of funny, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Should I use the boat in the mock? Yes or no? But that's going to do it for this week's episode. I know there wasn't pretty much any mock progress, but I really needed to take a break because obviously I don't have these parts. And then I need to hear you guys' feedback on minifigures, because it takes time to get them designed. And then obviously I got to order parts. I got to print them, package them, and get them ready. So I want to start this process early so we're ready in the next maybe month, because this mock is almost done. Because like I said, this is kind of our pause episode, if you will, to like reevaluate with the figures, which we're planning for the future. Next week, we're going to get this done. That'll be completely done. we'll get the second bunker completely detailed out, and then I'm trying to think. Obviously, we still have to figure out what we're putting on the back of the MOC there, but then we can finish the beach because we'll have this done, and then we can start adding maybe some craters. And then really once that's done, it's like we're gonna need minifigures pretty soon here to start populating all this. We'll be able to start like arranging all the vehicles and whatnot and how we have everything set up. And then we'll have the final detailings. I remember seeing a lot of people asking, you know, are you going to put netting and ropes and ladders on this? And yes, the answer is yes, but that is considered final detailing that I do with the minifigures, which is like the last thing. And then, like I've been saying, we do have to figure out what to put back here. But I want to keep the momentum up on getting this done because this is very time consuming and annoying to build. So I want to get that done before we work on that, whatever that is. So minifigures, that's the highlight for this week's episode. Let me know, fully printed minifigures, or do you guys want some torsos that you guys can kind of build your own? I'm very curious to see what you guys say. And we're just going to kind of go from there. And like I said, next week's going to be awesome. We're going to fill in that gap and it'll be nice looking. And just remember this view right here of the MOC. It's going to look awesome here in the next couple of weeks. So guys, that's going to do it. Make sure you guys like the video, drop a subscribe. We're on our road to 100,000 subscribers. And then of course, make sure you drop a comment and do those 3 things and you're entered into a giveaway completely free of charge. So guys, post these videos every Sunday and then videos Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next Sunday for another episode of Building Hacksaw Ridge in Lego. Alright guys, take it easy.
Don't know what to do now, but drink some more. All the feelings I had left in the past. Now it's time to move on, what could go wrong? Gonna fill up my cup and sip on my drink. And I'm gonna forget all the things I would think. I can drink on this drink and swallow these drugs. I won't lie to you, still miss the hugs. All the good and the bad, all the times I was sad, all the times I was mad, all the things that we had.